trying to shake the feeling crawling up my spine. I told myself it was a stray, that it just looked like Max, even though I couldn't explain how it was such a perfect copy. Max, the one inside, got up and padded over to me, nuzzling my hand like he always did when I was upset. I knelt down and hugged him, burying my face in his fur, telling myself it was fine. It had to be fine. But that scratching didn't stop, and neither did the whimpering. It started at the back door, just like before. Scratch, scratch. Then it moved to the windows, first in the kitchen, then the living room. Each time I thought it was over, I'd hear it again, faint but deliberate. I checked the cameras, hoping for some kind of explanation. Nothing. No sign of the dog or anything near the house. It was like the sound wasn't even real, but I knew I was hearing it. I wasn't imagining it. Max, the one inside, wasn't acting like himself either. He stood by the back door, his ears pinned back, his body stiff. His growl was low and quiet, almost like he didn't want to make too much noise. I've never seen him like that before, not even when he heard coyotes in the distance. At one point, I tried to get him to follow me to the kitchen to check things out, but he wouldn't budge. He just stood there, rooted to the spot, his eyes locked on something I couldn't see. "Come on, Max," I whispered, my voice trembling. But he didn't move. His fur was standing on end, his tail tucked so far between his legs it looked like he wasn't there. Whatever he was sensing, it was enough to completely spook him. By now, I was starting to notice things about the outside dog. Subtle things, but enough to make my skin crawl. Its movements weren't quite right. Too stiff, too calculated. The way it scratched at the door wasn't frantic like you'd expect from a dog that wanted to come inside. It was methodical. And the whimpering? I couldn't shake the feeling that it wasn't real. I tried to ignore it. I locked all the doors, shut the blinds, and left the lights on.